Welcome to Dicejunkies, and this is Perception Check, episode 36, where we talk about Wil Wheaton hating and new Doctor Who reveals. I'm here with
Q.
And I'm Xenodamus. Hope you enjoy. We had no volume.
So I've just been...
Yeah, you've just been ranting on without any volume. That's my bad. I didn't turn the mic on.
Alright.
Alright.
Perception check.
Yes, perception check. Now we're started. We're live. We are live and with volume.
Yes, it's not just me, making my motions.
Yeah. Yay, go me.
So what would you like to talk about first?
Well, you were already...
You're kind of killed by, flow I had. All right, well, to catch up for what I was talking about then, Injustice 2 has a new DLC pack coming out of characters. Adam, the Scarlet... Well, not Scarlet Witch. What do you call the witch from? I think they just call her the witch. No, the Enchantress. Is it the Enchantress?
No, the Enchantress was in Suicide Squad or something. I think.
No, that's the one. Is the character from Suicide Squad is the witch I'm talking about.
Yeah, I think that's the Enchantress.
I don't know how to use DCI, but that's why the next DLC threw me off, because then the next one is the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
And they showed all four, so the first thought I had is this going to be a 6-character DLC pack? With each turtle having their own move set, just completely different, or is it going to be some kind of palette swap? Like it's really one slot for the turtles, but which one you pick has slightly different moves. Or will they be able to tag out? There's no telling, because the way they put them in there, they introduce them side by side. They let me wonder. 3 is the normal DLC characters. Normally they add in about a couple. So either this is the largest DLC pack they ever did, or we're going to see, the turtles with some unusual mechanic. If it's all individual turtles with unique move sets and dialogue, then I'll tell you right now, I will definitely at least redbox Injustice just so I can play through the game with the turtles. That is actually interesting. I will literally redbox it and buy the DLC, and play through as the turtles, because that's how interested I would be in playing them in a new fighting game.
Yeah, you probably play that with Sergio. Go holler at Reality Breach.
Oh, he's a big
he's a big he's a big turtle fan. You can go and whoop his butt with some turtles on Injustice.
I haven't even played hands. Well, I don't play a lot of Injustice 2, but I could beat Sergio.
Oh.
But, I'm curious about that, and for fans out there, because, I thought Turtles, Image Comic, they've been doing a lot of crossover, though. The people that are DC fans of the comic know that the Turtles and Batman have been crossed over more than once. So I'm expecting there to be some unique dialogue there. When you see a turtle.
Turtles, I think, have jumped publishers' lines several times. So.
But they specifically have, I think they have, more than one comic, though. They've crossed over with Batman a couple of times. So I'm expecting there'll be some unique dialogue there, but I'm going to check it out.
Yeah.
I want to check it out.
Sounds cool.
Won't sell me a copy of the game, but it'll sell me the DLC, so they'll make some money off of me.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, do you think Injustice is full price still?
No, you're right. If it's knocked down a bit, I might be willing to snag it. As I said, it's not my style of... I don't really play the Mortal Kombat games, but... if it was cheap enough just to get the interesting DLC, I'd probably spend $20 or $30 to pull it off. If I could do it all for under 30 or for 30, I'd buy the game and grab the DLC.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Injustice, next on our list is somebody who keeps doing injustices to themselves with stupid comments, and it's
not PewDiePie.
Yeah, no, it's not PewDiePie this time. Wil Wheaton was hitting up the Twitter sphere this past.
Isn't saying stupid things on tweet just becoming the trend?
Well, yeah. But there's a good mug shot for everybody who's in the visual, not listening to our podcast right now, but actually watching. But no, Wil Wheaton went through and replied to Paul Ryan, a Republican who, after the shootings, the recent shootings in Texas, he was talking about everybody being in his prayers.
He said that they really need our prayers now, and this is a very common way of consoling. And I mean, this is coming from a guy who isn't very fond of Paul Ryan, but even I'm like, this is a common practice.
Yeah, and we don't get into politics much here, but I mean, we have our differences, whatever.
Well, I only said it just to let people know, even I don't agree with Wil Wheaton's reaction. And
So Wil Wheaton's reaction to this was replying to the tweet: "If prayers did anything, they'd still be alive."
And then a nice little string of profanity.
Yeah, and then called this.
Called Paul Ryan a few names.
Yeah.
And this, of course, sparked...
You worthless sack of...
Yeah. So, and I mean, I was just stunned because, regardless of your religious beliefs or your political beliefs, this is a scenario where you've got somebody offering up condolences. Whatever the way they chose to word it, it's obviously not going to be offensive to the people because they were in a church. So it's no real stance for this response he came off. But instead of coming off of somebody that was coming at Paul Ryan, it sounded like somebody come out and attacking religion, and to a certain degree the victims almost for being in church. Because after all, they were in a church. Yeah,
and that's where it really got serious, as it did seem like more of an attack on the victims than it was. And he came back and he apologized and said, it was strictly meant for Paul Ryan and it was poor choice of words or whatever. But I mean, these people just need to start watching better.
Well, my thing is that
that note didn't really seem that sincere.
Yeah, no, it is sincere. I think he said what he meant to say.
It's like
being honest. But here's the thing: I'm going to go ahead and help a lot of people in the future. Guess what, people? Twitter's not private. It's not email. Anything you say on Twitter, you're saying to everybody. That is what Twitter is. That's just how it works. So what people need to also figure out is stop thinking you can say something really jacked up and go, oh no, I didn't. I was talking to him.
That's not just for you, Wheaton.
That's for a lot of people. Yeah, there's a bunch of folks. But well, I don't think any of that's intended to be private. So, I know. But there's a lot of people that seem to be doing this lately, where they'll say something jacked up on Twitter, and then go, oh man, no, I didn't mean it, and it's like.
Yeah.
Nah, man. I mean, you might as well have been standing on the soapbox when you said it if you say it in Twitter. That's the best way to put it. And when you get up on your soapbox and you basically say one of the most insensitive things I've heard in 2017, outside of maybe a few other tweets, but close, it's in that realm.
It's one thing to send a dick pic on Snapchat and actually think that that's not going to get out there, because at least... Well, it does delete itself. Yeah, but people save it, and obviously, bad idea. But, Twitter, we know it stays.
If I'm right, because I don't Twitter, because, that same reason of nothing's private, and I say terrible things all the time.
But yet we have a camera pointed at us, and this is not going anywhere, so.
Oh, no, I'm sure somebody will get all of this, but they threw me off, dang. Was it? Oh yeah, but the way I understand even Twitter works, doesn't if you follow someone on Twitter, it notifies you the second they tweet. So it's it's gonna get out. Everybody that follows you is gonna see what you said. Every single person. So if you're a celebrity, and Wil Wheaton is a celebrity,
well, I'll be honest,
you're gonna get a lot of people that's gonna see.
Twitter's a bit of a trash dump. Usually once you've started following more than about 20 people, that you don't read every Twitter. It's whenever you get on, whatever happens at the moment is more what you see. That backlog doesn't tend to be something you go back through, because there's just so much crap just being dumped onto Twitter constantly. That it's you ever seen somebody that has 1 million followers and they have a live stream going on and it's just a stream of chat?
You can't even
That's
read
Twitter,
So what it is you just hope that it disappears into the backlogs and nobody sees that horrible thing you said.
Best thing to do, just don't say it. Just don't say it.
You know me and Wil Wheaton have history. You know how he feels about us down here in the South.
Yeah. He's crap talked South plenty.
So maybe I shouldn't be surprised he'd send a shot out at Texas.
Yeah, there you go. Let's see. What do we have next? Thor had a freaking awesome weekend. Money.
I told you, man, this movie here, wow, like shocker. I expected to enjoy it. I did not expect it to be as huge as it was. But I mean, some of the most critical people I follow on YouTube and other media have been loving this movie. And I was kind of like, wow.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, I had my issues with it, but I'll be honest. Out of the 3 Thor movies, enjoyed this one loads better than any of the other Thor movies.
Well, I think it was designed for it. I mean, they almost seem to realize, you know what? I don't think anybody really is into the serious story we're trying to tell with Thor. Let's have some fun with it. And man, it was nonstop.
Well, and I like Hulk, and so to see him on the screen again, I mean, we've been lacking in our incredible Hulk on screen. So really happy to see him get some screen time.
I mean, my only complaint is I really would have liked to see him in a lot more fights. Like, I didn't get nearly the level of action I was hoping for out of him. But I figured that's just, you know, the next movie. There was some stuff going on they had to kind of cover.
There was a lot of stuff going on.
A couple of things kind of went down. They were kind of like, we kind of got to tell this whole Ragnarok story. So
well, yeah. So that happened. But no, really good weekend. You know, they came through with a good weekend. They're continuing to do well, from my understanding, throughout the week. Of course, they did have a holiday week with Veterans Day, so that probably helps some. And
the theater's getting to keep a decent bit of this money from this movie.
Yeah. Well, Disney. But yeah, so that happened. Let's move on to Marvel. Some more Marvel news, but this is more in the vein of the comics. We have Brian Michael Bendis
jumping teams, man.
Yeah, he has jumped on to the DC team. Now this is a guy contributed with creating Jessica Jones and Miles Morales. So. Yeah, big Miles fan here. I like Miles as well. And
out of all the next geners they tried to create, where they tried to do the pass the torch, Miles has been to me the most interesting. It actually caught my attention. Some of the iterations of him are really different. Like the current animated Spider-Man is a lot different from the Miles I'm used to, but I still like it.
Yeah, I didn't really care as much for the Miles in the animated current animated series, but he did well. But it's like because Miles is sort of on a slightly different tier than the
gelling is a little bit off.
Peter Parker, you know, is it's sort of, you know, and obviously this new Spider-Man's 2017 does seem to be oriented around Peter Parker. So having Miles Morales with his extra power level sort of downplayed.
And a major personality change. That's what really got me. Is his personality is a lot different from the original Miles.
What I've read of Miles, it was definitely a different personality than the comics. And the personality is actually one of the things I liked about Miles.
That was the winner to me. It wasn't a new powers. I just liked his approach. But I mean, Brian Michael Bendis, you know, he says, you know, he's optimistic about it and all that. I'm not shocked. I told you that I think Marvel Comics is really kind of on a downspin. The comic side, like it seems like the more they're literally a scale. Like as the movies shoot up for every major movie success, the comics seem to get worse.
The new 52 seem to be doing really well with DC and stuff like that. So I mean,
I might finally see a DC character I can get into again. I mean, honestly, because I mean, I don't hate DC. I like Batman. I've always liked Batman. I've always kind of liked the Flash. But the Batman's later stories kind of got away from what I thought Batman should be. I mean, Batman being human was my favorite part of Batman. And he started kind of pushing into that, I'm really topping off the human level to the point that I'm starting to kind of get superhuman.
Yeah.
And that's what pulled me out of DC Comics for Batman again. I was like, nah, man, Batman, just be Batman. Just be a cool detective.
You're killing my illusion. You keep going off screen, man.
God, my arm.
Yeah.
So sorry, I get intense about my comics, man. But so Brian, if you're gonna go over there, man, give me a character with limits that I can enjoy. I mean, it's like one person said they did Avengers versus Justice League, and they said, yeah, we got 4 god tier characters in the Justice League. Like we got 1 god in the Avengers and like 4 people who are basically gods on the other team, and you're like, I really want to see that street level hero that I can get into that, can't breathe in space. The famous joke. Like I said, just so I'm hoping Brian will get us that character that we can get into in DC. Though he'll probably die because again he'll be walking among gods. He won't last long.
Yeah. And let's see, next in the news, and this is for all you Doctor Who fans out there, the new outfit for Jodie Whittaker as the new Doctor was released by the BBC, and it's I don't like it. I'll go ahead and say it. I'm not a fan. A lot of it seems to have been pretty torn. Most of the replies, but then again, at the same time, I'm sure what will mostly be reported is all the people that love it, because that seems to be what happens.
I mean, here's the thing. When I first saw the reveal trailer, I said, I'm actually kind of thinking this might be pretty cool. I was like, female doctor. Mm-hmm. I said, I like her jacket. I like her boots. I said, she kind of looked like a badass. I was like, yeah, I think this Jodie Whittaker is going to be a pretty good doctor.
But yeah, her outfit there, the once again, video above us, the black outfit that was from the reveal trailer, I liked it. I liked the sort of combat boots, the black. Of course, I like black. So, but the outfit seemed a little more Doctor Who-ish with the current stuff. Now, there's been some colorful doctors in the past. I haven't really been a fan of the colorful outfits.
Some of the kind of sillier ones, yeah.
Yeah, I think the 6th Doctor was probably one of the most colorful.
Well, here's my thing, and I mean, we're going to go ahead. We're going to go here. I mean, when I first saw the female Doctor, I got worried. I said, I wonder if they're really doing this because they got a good story, or if it was just an attempt to try to drum up some more popularity.
Well, and I called pandering on it. And I thought it was very, very pandering.
But it's a new look.
Implemented.
But not at the new look, but her look, her outfit made me go, no, actually, this looks like this might be a pretty cool doctor. Like, that was the one redeeming. The reveal trailer look. When she pulled the hood back, I said, I like her.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of hoodies on the doctor. Like, with Peter Capaldi, I hated when they moved over to the hoodie with him. But overall, the look was fine. This new look, though, just screams pandering even more to me. I mean, you got the rainbow and...
you got a rainbow shirt, the capri pants. Like, when I first saw this, I said, I thought of Ellen DeGeneres' outfits. Like, when I saw the pants, and I just said, this is an odd... To me, it takes so much away from her, because when you look at these two, one of these looks like a doctor that takes care of business. Mm-hmm. The other one... looks like it's for a commercial to attract a very specific crowd. And here's what happens when you do that. When you go too far in aiming at one crowd, you alienate the other side of your crowd. Because they're like, well, apparently they're not thinking about us. Like, this looks like they're going like, hey, you guys, come watch our show.
I'll be honest, when I first saw it, I thought this was the BBC laughing at us for claiming it was pandering, and they're just like, ha ha, check out this pandering, But then I was like, wait, no, this is real. This is what they think they're going to dress. This is how they plan on dressing her up. And, which I'm by far not a man of fashion. So, I can tell you what I like and what I don't like, and I don't really care for the outfit.
Well, like I said, it kind of gives off also a hipster vibe. And I'm just kind of like, here's my thing. I wanted to take the new Doctor serious, and I was planning to. When I saw the reveal trailer, I said, man, the Doctor looks pretty cool. But then I saw the new outfit, and I'm going like, oh, God, I don't think I'm going to be able to take her serious at all.
Here is my hope. I'm hoping that the new series comes out I start watching it, and I'm like, I don't really care for the outfit and stuff like that. Sort of the opposite of what happened with Cabaldi, where I was like, I like the outfit and everything.
I like those original
and then
outfits.
a couple episodes in, they change it. And maybe it'll be this time they change it for the good instead of they screw up a doctor's outfit, you know. So they'll have this one outfit for a couple episodes, and then they'll change it, and I'll be like, oh, finally, that's the correct outfit, you know. Instead of, you know, like I said, with Cabaldi, it was like, oh, cool outfit. What the heck are they doing with this hoodie? Oh, now they're throwing shades on them, sonic shades. Oh my God, no, you know.
Well, we'll see. And I mean, some people aren't going to like our opinions, but like I stated, I mean, more than anything, yeah, the outfit looks like it may be pandering, but that's not really my biggest deal as much as looking at it and going like, it's silly. And you're already doing a gender switch. If you're going to take your new doctor seriously, I almost feel like they're not taking her seriously. I'm like, okay, the first outfit made me think like they're serious about bringing her in her, but going like she's just as bad as any doctor, you know, bad A as any doctor before. Mm-hmm. Like, take her just as serious as any doctor. She's going to come in here. She's going to handle business like the doctor. And I looked at that outfit and I said, this looks like a person that's going to step in. You're a woman now. What does that got to do with it? And then immediately start taking care of business. Now look at that and I go like, do you like my suspenders? I don't know, man. I'm sorry. It just throws me off. May not be the way they're going to do it, but it can't help but get that sentiment off of it. Mm-hmm. And, stupid.
But yeah, so no, I agree. And like I said, I'm hoping maybe things will change. We still haven't seen the episode, so I'm still not trying to put too much judgment into anything. But so far, what I'm seeing, I definitely got to say I'm not really caring for. But what's behind her, I actually sort of like, and that's the new TARDIS. Mm-hmm. I like the more worn, sort of darker look. The inverse of the plate on the front being black with white text instead of white with black text. They took out the weird tinting on the windows and sort of made it a little more rugged looking. I actually really like the TARDIS. Oddly enough, doesn't match where they went with the outfit.
I know. Like the first outfit goes with this TARDIS just to get us like, you know, kind of like.
And that's what I'm thinking. Maybe they'll play with her outfit some. Maybe they'll have her introduced. She'll try out this outfit because, you know, whenever the Doctor regenerates, there's that whole bit of trying to figure out who you are type thing. Mm-hmm. And maybe this is just a first iteration, and they'll change the outfit later on.
The cool thing is they've done it before, so I mean, it's not a big deal. We're talking because we're just making conversation. I mean, I believe that if the outfit flops, they'll change it. That's not hard for them to do. You know, it's more important that the Doctor doesn't flop. That's the important part. That's harder to change like really fast. Well, they can change the outfit
now. I'm curious. You know, we're going up to the Memphis Comic and Fantasy Con up in Graceland next weekend. November 17th through 19th. We're going to be up there mostly on Saturday on the 18th. But I'm wondering if anybody's trying to get this last minute cosplay in, and we'll see some of the new Doctor's outfit running around the con.
I would be shocked if not at least one person comes dressed as the new Doctor already.
Yeah,
they're not going to have time to build a new TARDIS yet, I believe. But there's going to definitely be some folks that are going to have they already went out and bought their suspenders and ordered the shirt. Like they're already getting it.
Yeah. So I'll keep an eye out for that, and
I'm trying to find out.
Maybe we can talk to them and see what they really think about the outfit.
Is the inside of that jacket got rainbow lining too? Or does that just look like that to me?
It definitely has something going up along the seam of the jacket.
Triple down.
So I don't know. We'll see, though, man. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I'm excited about the Christmas episode. That'll be something. We got a little over a month to go for that. And then...
might sit down and watch that one with you.
Who knows how many months it'll be before we actually see her in action to be able to tell whether or not she's good or not. So...
I think that she looks like she's a good actress. So I
think as an actress, I know she's a good actress. I've seen some of the stuff she's done.
Now, the writing...
But the writing, the writing is always the biggest issue. Like a lot of people accuse, like I said, I really wasn't a big fan of Capaldi. Now Capaldi, I like Capaldi. I like his acting. It was the writing. The writing I did not care for.
The personality they create for her is going to be just as important.
Yeah. So I mean, the writers are just as important on whether or not a show is going to be successful and a character gets played off as much as the actor. So, but from what I've seen of other stuff she's done, she's a good actor. So if we get some good writing, she should be able to pull off some good story.
That's it. That's why the outfit, the biggest part about the outfit is it worries me about the vibe they're going for. I'm like, what are they planning to do with this new Doctor?
So, we'll see. Last thing I think we had on our list that we were going to talk about is just we saw a little scuffle between our Green Power Ranger, Jason Davis Frank, and JeanClaude Van Damme.
Yeah, Jason Davis Frank's been at several of the cons we've been to. Great guy. Like, I enjoyed it. I never really got to sit down with him and talk with him, but he's so popular.
Yeah.
We were just like, look, we're not going to get in the way of these fans that have been standing in line.
This is also a man who will stay after the con is closed if they'll let him, just to knock out the line. Like, he does not want a fan to leave
he's got a rule.
without being able to see him.
Yeah, I believe we were told by some folks that, he's like, I leave when the last person leaves.
Yeah.
That's the other reason we were like, by the time we were sitting there, it's like, this man's been here all day. He's talking to like 50 people. We're like, we got to catch him when he's just got a moment. Because he's just, he's there that long. Everyone else has left, and he's still got people, and he's, there to meet the last guy.
Yeah.
But on top of that, he's also a badass.
Oh, yeah. No, we looked at his fighting career. He's had a pretty successful fighting career, and he actually has his own, Christian-oriented
martial arts
thing, so that's...
But I mean, history like an all-win record in the MMA.
But apparently, him and JeanClaude Van Damme had some history dating quite a bit back, and from the way that Jason Davis Frank told the story, because we really haven't had JeanClaude Van Damme's side of the story, was JeanClaude Van Damme basically tried to trap him and get him to apologize, and was the provoker in this situation.
If the story from that we've heard is true,
yes.
The web version, basically they asked him to share his green room with JeanClaude. He said, sure. He said, guy's a big celebrity, sure. But when he goes there, they've taken over the whole room. So he actually lets him have it. Goes somewhere else, hangs out. Then he gets a request to come take a picture with him. But when he gets in there, instead of a picture, it's basically a bunch of guys with cameras, and then JeanClaude confronts him about saying, so you think you can kick my butt? Which butt ain't the word he used, but I'm trying to keep it reined in. And essentially, that's what's said. Again, that's a story we heard has happened. And some words go back and forth, and they start taking off their stuff like they're about to fight. And Jason Frank kind of puts him up against the wall.
Yeah. Now, supposedly, JeanClaude Van Damme's people had recording
equipment
going on during the time, but they have yet to release any of that. So,
and basically, but from what the shots we've seen, a little footage we have of it and pictures, it looks like Jason put him up against the wall, and JeanClaude didn't really push it any further. There's claims that after the security finally arrived to break it up, that even more trash talking was coming from Mr. Van Damme. Again, we haven't heard an official release from John's people, but that's kind of what makes me kind of go I would have responded pretty fast if that wasn't the way things happen. The longer it takes to reply, the longer I'm thinking that we're not going to get an accurate accounting from the other side. Because normally you'd be like, that isn't what happened. That'd be like the first thing out your mouth. That isn't what happened. But, takes a while to edit film, so he may still be working on that.
All right.
He's like, y'all got that right? No, sir, it still looks like he's kicking your ass.
All right.
Edit in younger version of me. Pull some kickboxing. Pull some Bloodsport footage. Put it together.
Yeah. Let's make this happen.
But don't get me wrong now. JeanClaude's fighting history wasn't bad. We went and looked up both of them.
He's had quite a long one.
Now, it's been a long time since then.
Years.
Like, Jason's got like some, in the last year, I whipped some tail versus like some, 10, 15 years ago, I whipped some tail.
We'll see if it develops anymore, but as of right now, that's what we've got. And that's this week's Perception Check. Hey guys, thanks for watching this episode. Be sure to like, subscribe, and down below we have a description with all of our social media. Check that out. You can check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Patreon, Google+. All the links are down there. You can see some behind-the-scenes stuff, as well as, just whenever we're posting something, we always post to those medias as well. Also, you can look over to the side here, and we'll have some links to some other videos you might want to check out, as well as below you'll see the Dicejunkies icon where you can click to subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.